Hello my friends, I hope you're doing okay. If you saw my last video, I was living in my car. I wasn't doing very well. I was in a Walmart parking lot and I couldn't do Uber Eats anymore, and I was afraid that if a cop scanned my license plate, they would see I'm uninsured and they would impound my car, and then I'd be on the streets basically. And unfortunately that's exactly what happened. I was staying at a community center parking lot like about a week ago, and they had told me that I needed to leave because I was there for too long, and so I risked driving to another community center just a couple kilometers away. And unfortunately a cop came up behind me at a stop sign and they scanned my plate, they pulled me over, and they impounded my car. So I had to take whatever I could carry and take it out of my car, and this was at like 1 in the morning. And then I had to walk over to the impound lot, which wasn't too far away, but when I got there, the impound lot fee to get my car out was $140, which I had on me, but they wouldn't release it to me if the vehicle is uninsured. So I had to wander around and wait until morning time to contact insurance, and I did that. And I was just looking to get my car insured for one day, just a day pass to get my car out of the impound lot. But they wouldn't insure me because they financed my insurance over the past year, and I missed like more than half of the payments, unfortunately. And so basically I owe the insurance company $1,200, and they said I needed to pay that off in full before they'll insure me, even for a day. And then also there's like a $600 fine, which I got for having no insurance, which I don't need to pay that off, but it doesn't matter because I don't have $1,200 obviously. And then it's $25 a day on top of that every day it's in the impound lot. It's been about a week, so it's probably at like $300 and something now. And yeah, so basically my car is going to get impounded. All my stuff is going to be gone, except for what I could carry with me. And I've been staying in this tent for the last week or so, which really sucks. Obviously, it's starting to get cold out. Summer's over. It's the end of September. And yeah, things have just gone from bad to worse basically. And staying in a tent, or staying in Vancouver, being homeless in Vancouver really sucks. I mean, that's obvious, but in Vancouver it's especially difficult. The city is so dead set on making life as hard as possible for homeless people. Like for example, you can't pitch a tent basically anywhere during the daytime. There's no rule that says that specifically, but there's a bunch of like little rules that if you add them all together, basically there's no viable spot to pitch your tent during the daytime. At dusk, once the sun goes down, you can pitch a tent in a park, but then you have to be packed up and gone by like 7 a.m. the next day. Right now I'm set up beside a viaduct. It's sort of like a hidden spot in the city, but at any time like a bylaw officer can come by and tell me to pack up and go. So that's sort of the situation I'm in. It's really terrible. I'm downtown east side Vancouver, which if you don't know is one of the grimiest, sketchiest, shadiest spots like in all of North America. It's just full of like mentally ill and drug addicted people, and it's really run down and just a terrible place really. And the reason I'm here is because you sort of have to be here if you're homeless, because all of the programs and food banks and stuff like that are all in this area. And if I set up tents somewhere else, like in a nicer neighborhood, basically I would have to march down here every day with all my stuff, which is really heavy. And that's been one of the hardest things about being homeless, is just lugging my shit around. And it's not even that much stuff. It's just I have to walk so far and so often that it's just really taxing on my body. And so it just makes sense to live down here, which really sucks. But there are like quite a few programs, I guess. As far as food goes, I'm pretty set for food. Actually, 2 nights ago, I was set up in a park, and it was really rainy that night. And it's so hard to make a tent waterproof. They're not really waterproof, they're water resistant. And I thought I did everything right, but it still leaked. And so it was like 1 in the morning, and it was cold and windy out, and all my clothes and shit are wet, and it's leaking. My mattress got wet, and so I was cold and tired and hungry, and yeah, it was not a good night. And so I decided that there must be some sort of food bank that's open like really late at night for people. So I did some Googling, and I did find one place that will hand out food late at night. It's called the Union Gospel Mission, I guess. And so I went there. The guy gave me some food, and he explained what I needed to do to get some shelter at night. So he said, come back tomorrow. And once you have a spot in there, if you keep coming back every night, you don't have to wait in line. But the next day, after that terrible night, I went and got in line before they start taking people in, and I did get a spot. So I do have somewhere to stay at night now, but they don't take people until 9 o'clock p.m. So all day long, basically, I have to there's no place to chill. You can't just chill out anywhere in your tent by yourself. You have to go to community centers, or you have to set up a spot that will probably get taken down by a bylaw officer like I'm in right now. Right now it's 8 in the morning, and I'm just chilling here till 10:30 a.m. and going back to the shelter I'm at because they have breakfast at 11 o'clock and then dinner at 6 o'clock. And then, yeah, just killing time sucks when you're homeless. It's all you're doing is killing time constantly. And yeah, it's been a terrible situation, obviously. This tent I got at a secondhand thrift store. It was only $20. It's a pop-up tent. So at the very least, I got a pretty good tent for a good price. And it takes 2 seconds to set up and a couple minutes to take down, which is nice, I guess. A silver lining, I guess, if you can call it that. And yeah, it just kind of sucks. But I'm going to start making content again. I don't know how psychedelic oriented it will be. Obviously for right now, I can't do any of that. I also got an income assistance. My first check I was going to use to get insurance, but obviously I can't do that now. When I finally got approved for it, it was partway through a cycle, so I only got a partial check, a prorated check, and it was for a small amount, and I couldn't buy insurance with that, so I was just trying to hold out for 1 more month, and it didn't work. I got caught, so that sucks. And the next check date's not until October 20th, which is a far way away. It's September 27th now, 26th, I don't know, something like that. So for the next 3 or 4 weeks, basically, I'm just setting up tent during the daytime in a spot, hoping I don't get caught, then packing up 3 times a day and going to this mission for food, and then at 9 o'clock again to sleep. And that's basically it. It's so boring. And I could be in a community center right now, just chilling inside, but it's the same thing as this. It's not really cold out today, so I'd rather be here by myself. The whole area is just flooded with homeless people, and I'm very introverted. I get tired of social interaction very easily. And so being in the community centers, a lot of the people that live down here too are like, they seem extroverted. I don't know if there's a link between homelessness and extroversion, but everyone is so talkative and half the people are high, and so they're just like, I just hate being in that environment. Just like some person talking my ear off constantly, and it just sucks. It's annoying. I just want to be left alone. But that's like hardly really an option when you're homeless. It feels weird to say homeless, like I'm homeless. I am. Anyways, I was thinking when I get my next check in October, I could buy some DMT and maybe do some videos again. But until then, I'm gonna try document my day-to-day and upload that for content. I don't know if many of you will be interested in that, but I don't know, maybe you will. We'll see, I guess. So right now, I don't know, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos, I guess. I still got a few days left on my phone plan, so I got like internet at least for now. And there's Wi-Fi hotspots in the community center if I do run out of data. But that's pretty much it. I don't really got much else to say. It's been pretty shitty. I am in contact with a social worker. She's getting me onto the BC housing list, but that can take like up to a year apparently to get a spot, where they pay for like up to $800, I think, for housing, which you can't get a place in Vancouver for $800. So that combined with my income assistance, which is like $600 a month, which in Vancouver is like not a lot of money. It goes really quick. But yeah, I'm waiting for that, I guess, and I'm on the waiting list for BC housing, but that takes forever, so this is my situation for a while. As far as my car goes, I guess I'm gonna relinquish it to the impound lot, and then they're gonna either scrap it or sell it at auction. Probably scrap it. And it sucks because all my stuff is in there. Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna wait to do. I was gonna wait until my next check in October and use some of that money to get storage. Just find like a small, cheap storage locker, as small and cheap as I can find. And then I could walk back and forth and get my stuff out of my car and put it into storage. But I don't have much stuff in there, obviously, but all my clothes and a couple other things, I guess, tools and shit like that. Obviously, I want to get that out of there. But also, it's $25 a day in storage, but it's not like I could pay them anyway. So, I mean, what's a few hundred more dollars of debt when I'm already in a lot of debt, like student loans and shit like that? So, whatever. Just, yeah, I don't have anything good to say, really. And I don't want people to, I'm not trying to throw a pity party. I'm really not. This is reality. This is the situation I'm in. And I thought maybe doing YouTube videos could help me pass the time. And so yeah, this is what that is. And basically that's all I have to say for now. I'll try upload as much as I can. And that's it.